What is up, everybody? Dan the Fireman here. Today we're going to be going over some crashes and close calls, but we do have a sale for 20% off for the drill booklet. Let's go ahead and pause that. She's having a tough day. Drill booklet, it's signed by me, 20% off. And when you get the drill booklet, you actually get the downloadable version of it. So go ahead and check it out. Links in the description, but let's jump right into this and see what happens to her. Make sure I got my pen. Yep, okay, we got the pen going. Okay, so we got cut off. We're going to fight for the lane. We're going to accelerate through.
And understand the logic of the driver.
Forgot he likes to talk.
While driving past the red light.
Come here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't really care about the road rage stuff. We care about kind of like what we can do to prevent this accident and prevent these things. We utilize the after-action review process from 11 years of firefighting and then a little bit of motorcycle safety foundation instruction. So you got cut off. Okay, so we're all going to fight for the lane. You're supposed to go in the first available lane. We go in our first available lane. As soon as they do this, you can do some progressive braking. So I know we're kind of in our handlebars are a little bit turned, so we want to straighten up and do a little bit of progressive braking. Let them in. This also looks like an open lane pattern. We talk about that a little bit here. So let them in. Don't fight for it because you and him are going to accelerate. He doesn't want to hit the truck in front of him, so he's going to take your lane. It's as simple as that. Law of gross tonnage, the lug nut rule, whatever you want to use, they're going to win. Okay, it's like a little kid versus a sumo wrestler. You're just going to lose. So go ahead and apply the progressive braking. He's got his finger on it right now. Don't worry about rev bombing, honking the horn, nothing. Just get yourself out of that situation, and that's part of the plan method. We're positioning for safety, so let's put ourselves in a new position that is safe. We've already located it's a hazardous situation. He is a relevant threat. We're going to navigate it. So if you don't know what the colors on that were, that's the MTC awareness stages that we teach here. So white stage zoned out, yellow stage, we're riding normally. Let's bring that back up. Orange stage, we specifically identified a threat. Red stage, we got to get ourselves out of here. So these are like mental models. These are frames of mind that you should have. Brown stage, we panic, okay? So we're going to go into red stage, which means we're going to navigate out of this. And then how do we navigate out of it? Well, we're going to do some progressive braking to put ourselves in a new position for safety, which will put us more in a yellow stage mentality where we're just kind of zoned in, relaxing on the ride. And that's it. We don't have to get angry. We don't have to fight for things. We don't have to try to educate somebody on how they should be driving because it doesn't really matter. They don't really care because they did it in the first place. Our goal is just to maintain our safety and keep ourselves out of dangerous situations. So this is an older MotoStars video. This is 3 years old, so they like to really just, emphasize some of the road rage stuff back in the day, 3 years ago. And as you can tell, we're during COVID. Welcome, Colin Clark. Welcome to the crew. Thank you for hitting that join button, not just the subscribe button. Appreciate that. So we're going to move on to this next one. Road surface, okay? Are we going to have somebody in our lane? Somebody passing all the other people, and then in our lane, we're going to position. There you go. We position. And we can go ahead and flip off if you want. It's up to you. I'd rather keep my hands on the handlebars just in case I had to do an emergency swerve, a red stage maneuver, right? That's what this is all about. So what we're doing here is that we're planning a ride. We're in a good position right here. We're looking. We're in our lane. We're locating hazardous situations. I don't see anything yet. Uh-oh, I have headlights in my lane. You shouldn't have headlights in your lane. You should only have brake lights and tail lights. And then we're going to go ahead and assess if that's a relevant threat. Yes, because it's in our path of travel. We're going to have a head-on, so we're going to have to navigate ourselves into a new position for safety. This could be emergency, or it could just be a nice, easy adjustment. And we do have an escape path right here. So we want to make sure that we have the escape path. Okay, so when we're looking for positions, we want good line of sight, good space cushions, and always have an escape path. So we could use this, but he's just positioning off to the side. Now, if we were a car, we would have to go all the way. I would prefer to actually be on the shoulder. Let them have the whole lane so they're not rushing and having an accident right in front of us, and then we have to swerve, and then just get ourselves back in position. That happens. This happens, guys. This happens. Thankfully, nothing happened to us, though. Okay, what do we got? We got next. Okay, road surface hazards, rain. Okay, we have low visibility. People also have low visibility if their wipers suck. Some people don't change out their wipers. They can't see us very well. They have pretty good traction unless they have bald tires. We, even with good tires, could have issues if we slam the brakes. So let's be very careful with that. Same thing with painted lines. Okay, sped up.
Time to spot the rider, the taxi driver.
Side of the vehicle up ahead. Path of travel stuff. Kind of slow it down. Slow it down. See, honking the horn doesn't do much arrest unrest. Welcome Elad gifted 10 members. So we're going to see a bunch of people up here. Thank you so much for gifting 10 members. So we saw this coming up, right? So we see the side of the vehicle. If you don't know what that is, that's another pattern we look for. So a side of the vehicle, it means there's an intersection right here. And so we got to be very careful. This is going to be orange stage. We're like, I don't know. I don't know.
Drives right in front of.
So we're coming up to here. So let's go ahead and slow it down. Let's go ahead and kind of wait, kind of anticipate something might be happening. We want to maintain a good space cushion. James, welcome. We want to maintain a good space cushion so we have enough total stopping distance ahead of us. Emerson, you're blocking it. We want to make sure we have good total stopping distance, especially with rain. We're going to have a reduced increased braking distance because we might be sliding. So at this point, honking the horn, rev bombing doesn't do much. This is our escape path. Hopefully they stop. They didn't stop. So our total stopping distance is this. So our goal is to start applying progressive braking and then start positioning closer and closer to this. But overall, this is a terrible situation. Skynet, welcome. Overall, it's a terrible situation. So part of the Smart Rider principles that we follow here is we're going to acquire and use personal protective equipment. So head to toe, helmet, jacket, gloves, pants, boots, so we can mitigate any massive injuries that we might have from this. But yeah, terrible spot. Honking the horn, rev bombing doesn't do that stuff. You're going to have to apply the brakes. And if we're going slow enough, we can stop in time. If we're going like 60 miles an hour, I get it. But we could probably slow it down in that situation. So he's pretty pissed. Pretty pissed. And that's perfectly fine. Let's go ahead and move off. Let's move off. Here we go. Move on to this one. Nice transitions back in the day, Motostars. So stops when you should go. That's fine. We're getting a little angry.
Few situations on the road which are stopped by careless people.
Okay. Non-issue. We're only caring about our safety here. So the headlights in our lane, yeah, that's a problem. So let's go ahead and apply some progressive braking. Allow them to get in. Move off into a new position, which would be more to the left. And then we kind of move right back. Non-issue. Non-issue. Because we have another idiot right there. And that's a line of sight issue. You can't see the red car, right? So we have a line of sight issue. Can't see the red car. And now we do. So now let's get back our hands on the handlebars and move over. Move over. So moving over solves the problem. Not yelling at the people or honking the horn or rev bombing. Okay, we're riding through here. Lane filtering, side of the pedestrian. Good job with the progressive braking. So part of the after-action review process is actually saying what actually went well, not just what went wrong. So good job with the braking right here. Good job. Okay, just watch out for those pedestrians. Sun in the eyes. It's a nice, fun corner. Hopefully we don't hit anything. Hopefully no cars are in our way. Hopefully no one's turning left. Good job with braking in a corner, allowing them to go through. There's no point in speeding up and getting close and then rev bombing because you're pissed. Slow it down just like you did. Very good. Okay, so watch out for anybody merging into our lane 2. Intersections are an orange stage situation. We don't know what people are going to be doing. They're switching over. Don't fight for the lane. Don't fight for the lane. Keep your eyes up ahead. Just allow them in. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. But if we ever got caught in a situation where, let's say we were side by side, like somebody was, let's say this is how it is, and we finally saw it. We can either do emergency progressive braking, so we can apply the brakes, kind of let them go because they're going the flow. We're going to reduce our flow of traffic, basically, the speed. Allow them to go in, or we can do a red stage maneuver and accelerate through. So you have acceleration or deceleration. You can't swerve left or right. You got a curb and a car. So if you got stuck here, sure. But if you sped into it, now you're going to have to do something. And I'd rather decelerate than speed into something because then you have an issue up ahead that you are now a part of when you could have just decelerated. Weasel, welcome to the crew.
One of the
all right, wear some gear.
Mean that he didn't notice and went straight into the concrete post.
Okay. Uh-oh, straight into the concrete post. Wasn't paying attention to that. Good job with the braking of us, not them. So it looks like a bike lane. Interesting choice to go into. Hit the concrete post. Watch for injuries. Watch for traffic. Okay. Oh, lane splitting.
The bike was
High risk.
that the driver decided to quit his maneuver.
Open lane pattern right there. Open lane pattern. Not good. Now that's another pattern that we look for. So right here. So we have an open lane and we have a long line of cars here. So just like if you're standing in line at like, I don't know, let's say at the bank and there's two long lines, but one's moving consistently because the teller's doing a better job than the one that you're in. And you're like, you know what, I'm going to get in that lane. And you do that without looking and you might cut somebody off. Yeah, that's kind of what's happening here. These people are going to cut people off because they're not really looking. Now, we do that too as drivers and motorcyclists, but hopefully we all are looking into our blind spots and doing head checks, right? A lot of these people don't do that. And especially if we're speeding and cutting through traffic, they're not going to see us. So be very careful when you see an open lane pattern that you have an opportunity to have somebody come out in front of you. So whenever you see this, watch out. And it can happen if you're just going with the flow of traffic. It doesn't have to always happen when you're lane splitting. So got very lucky with the emergency maneuver. Nice little swerve, new position for safety. But I don't know if we're going to be learning. And we don't need to worry about the chit chat. Wear some gear just in case. Okay, we're going to go ahead and pass over. We have a crest of the hill. What's on the other side of this hill? We don't know. And we still kind of don't know. Now we know. So it's kind of like a blind corner, left or right. Crest of the hill is same thing. Going pretty high speed. Watch out for animals. Big fear here is a road surface hazard at this speed. Or a cop. So that's a big scary thing. Now that driver was not anticipating somebody going that high speed, so they thought they had time to pass. So when it comes to this and you see headlights, it's kind of hard to see. You see a little headlight right there. Just move over. Move over for a new position. Almost ride that line. Because what if they didn't switch over quick enough? So apply a little bit of progressive braking and move over. Open lane. But not too bad.
Noticing the biker doesn't
Good job.
Still stays on his side of the road.
We're in the blind spot. We're in the blind spot. We're in the blind spot. So also don't hang out in blind spots. Don't hang out in blind spots. Now we're going to switch lanes, right? So we just did our own version of an open lane. Our lane was taken. So our lane is taken right here. Hey, look, we have an open lane to our right. Let's go ahead and move over. Did we check our blind spots? Did we do a head check? No, we didn't. We moved into the open lane. So that's exactly what car drivers do to us. It's just that we didn't cut anybody off in this video. Oh, I remember this guy. He was always angry. Okay, I think it's like South Africa. I think this might be copyright free music, but we're going to go ahead and remove that. So it looks like we have a dash cam in a car, so we're going to be paying attention to the motorcycle rider. Okay, anybody going to merge into us that we're in the blind spot of the truck? Not a big deal, though. There it is. Go ahead and apply the brakes. Let them in. Move into a new position for safety. Handled it well. Now move yourself in a new position for safety so you have good space cushion, good line of sight, and an escape path. Not a big deal. Let's go get the sound back on.
The biker was...
Oh, this is the thumbnail for this one.
Totally terrified
So you
passenger.
terrified the passenger. We saw that vehicle. We want to go super fast. We have a passenger on the back of the bike. We're going pretty fast. Might be a little bit too much for her. Now we're going in and out of traffic at high speeds. I know like a brand new passenger. So she's smacking him to tell him. So have your little Cardo Pack Talk bolds, or I'm sorry, Pack Talk edges. 10% link in the description. 10% discount link in the description. You guys can talk to each other about that. So good job on him for pulling over. But it's very high risk.
İyi misin?
Probably created a panic attack.
Lan dur hızlı gitmedim ya. Korktun mu?
A little bit of a panic attack going on here. Yep.
Saçmalama böyle bir şey yok ya. O kadar mı?
So don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that to your passenger. Because now they're not going to want to ride with you.
Tamam sakin ol.
They're not going to want to ride. They're going to hate motorcyclists now.
Tamam. Al bir su iç. Tamam. Al bir su.
Yeah.
Tamam.
Yep. She's having a panic attack.
Tamam sakin ol. Tamam.
And that's scary because you're going at a high rate of speed on the back of a bike with zero control of the bike, fully trusting.
6.5 hours later.
Fully trusting the rider to do what's correct, and like
Gel bir şey olmaz.
they
Gel.
feel scared.
Kaskını güzel bak.
Don't do that.
Bakalım bizi okula alacaklar mı? Ama yani yemin ederim basmadım ya.
Don't do that. All right, here we go. We're at an intersection. Hopefully we don't get rear-ended. I don't see anybody behind us getting closer. Is this a green? Oh. Nice little impact, a little fender bender. If you want to, you can rescue, but not much you can do there. They're probably fine. Probably fine. A little bit of whiplash, but you can only really stop major bleeds. And I don't think there's gonna be any major bleeds there unless they're like driving with a knife in their hand. That would be unsafe. Don't recommend that. Dude's jacked. Okay, not much we could do in that situation. Let's go ahead and take a look at this video. So, brakes. We're catching up to them. What are they doing? We don't know. Good job kind of going around them. People that are undecided on where to turn, they might do a quick left without looking. So be careful with that. Kind of pause. Context, we're behind my friend who is black boxed, so can't speed. We are driving in a 20-mile-per-hour area with parked cars and lots of pedestrians around, so it would be dangerous to do more than that speed. That's very correct. I noticed a car behind us following quite closely to my friend. Okay, interesting. Thank you for the context.
For the friends due to another driver.
So he's doing head checks. He's looking at his side view mirrors. Dude's like right on his friend's butt. It is normal to drop the bike every now and then when you're practicing your progressive braking. Keep those handlebars straight and just be prepared for that. Uh-oh, we got a little road rage. We got some blue hair here. Some anger. At this point, hop off your bike. Intimidate with two people. Puff out your lats. Peacock it a little bit. If her hair turns red, she's really mad. Is it like a mood ring? How does it work? So everyone's a little angry. Like being on each other's butts. Best thing to do is de-escalate and move on. Not a big deal. Why are you so angry, bro? Okay, well, that was a very quick MotoStars video. This was an older one, but this is during the live stream. So if you're catching this on the live stream, we got 2 more to go. But if you're not, you're going to see this Friday, I believe. With that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe. Check the links in the description for discounts. And I'll be seeing you guys on the next video.